Hey, everybody, are you obsessed with weighing yourself? It actually can be pretty addicting if you think about it. So that's what we're going to talk about in today's video. But first, if we haven't met yet, my name's Andrea Jones. I'm what's called an eating psychology coach. I really help people overcome any kind of emotional eating struggles, just as I have found freedom myself. So I love sharing and helping people with that. So the scale is a huge player in our game of weight loss and food and our culture. So let's talk about it, right? There's one number that we can look at that will tell us, honestly, if we're doing good or bad with our weight and with health. And that is what our culture has told us. That is what the diet industry proclaims. We have The Biggest Loser, which was around, where it was all about losing weight. All of these before and after pictures that people that go on diets say, I lost this many pounds, and therefore we don't even realize it, but our whole culture has made success and health look like losing weight. And there's nothing wrong with that, because a lot of times, I won't say most times, but a lot of times, losing weight, if you're overweight, does mean that you become more healthy, more happy, oftentimes feel better, but it's not the only number that is an indicator when it comes to health and feeling good and being healthy. Honestly, I want to just mention a couple of the other ones. First off, inches. Measuring your inches is a really good way to tell if you're, reaching your health goals and losing weight, if we want to call it that. Because oftentimes, especially if you're doing strength training, if you're doing a lot of toning exercises, you're building muscle, and that muscle actually weighs more than fat. So you're going to have this process where you're losing weight, losing fat, but gaining muscle. So the scale might say the same number or a higher number, but the inches are going to shrink. Whether you're doing your stomach, your legs, your butt, whatever it is, oftentimes it will shrink. That's another indicator to look at. The second one is your BMI, how much percentage of fat you have on your body. And, obviously that might look different on the scale as well, but being in that percentage of body fat, lowering that is a good number to look at as well. So there's several numbers to look at here when we're trying to get healthy or trying to lose weight. And so first off, the scale is not your only option. Second off, people use the scale. Let me change that. People give the scale more power than it deserves. Maybe you wake up every day and maybe you take all your clothes off. Maybe you take off a lot of your clothes but leave your underwear on or something to make it that number go down. Anybody done that? I've done that. And you wake up and you're like, oh, I ate a big meal yesterday, so therefore this number is going to be high. And it is. Or maybe it's not. Maybe you ate a lot of salt yesterday. Maybe you drank a lot of water yesterday. Maybe you just haven't had a bowel movement yet today. All of those things can affect the number on the scale. And they don't really have a huge factor in what you've been doing as far as exercise and your diet. Obviously, salt, has a bigger effect. But let me ask you something. Are you doing this every single day? And what happens when you see that number and it's either the same or it's higher than you want it to be? It's like the whole world collapses around you. You're like, oh, I'm just not good at this. I'm a failure. How am I ever going to lose weight? How am I ever going to be thin enough, beautiful enough? How am I ever going to fit into those skinny jeans? And it's just like this emotional eruption because of one number on a scale. Now, you might have woken up that day and felt great. Maybe you don't feel, 100 pounds less than what you want to be, or 100 pounds down like you want to be. Maybe you felt good that day. Maybe you're excited. But you chose to let that scale and that number on that scale dictate how you were going to feel that day. And that's where I have a problem, my friends. that's when I say you need to take your power back from that scale. I've seen a meme, hopefully you've seen this meme, where somebody puts a calculator and they, put in the exact weight they want to be, and they put it on top of the scale when they stand on it. What would happen if you did that exercise? Let's say you're 200 pounds and you want to be 150 pounds. You type 150 on a calculator, you stand on the scale and you put that covering up the number and it says 150. What would happen? What would happen to your mindset? You would be like, oh, I'm so excited, right? And that is the power of one number, how much you weigh. And yes, it's good to lose weight if you need to. It's good for your health. There's a ton of reasons around it, but oftentimes people get obsessed, like I said, with wanting to lose weight, feeling like they're only going to be good enough if they're this certain weight. And I just want to challenge you once again to take back your power from that number and say, I don't care what that number says. I am going to live my life and be who I want to be, who I'm called to be right now. I don't care if I'm 100 pounds overweight. Why is that number stopping me from reaching my dreams and my goals? Maybe you want to get a better job. Maybe you want to travel. Maybe you want to date. Whatever it is, if you're letting that one number stop you, that's where I would challenge you to find freedom and seek out some freedom. And if this is something you struggle with, I would challenge you to reach out to me. Like I said, I do this for my living. I'm a coach really helping people break free from a lot of these what are called toxic nutritional beliefs, toxic cultural nutritional beliefs that people have around this whole weight and diet industry. So reach out to me. I also want to give you a free gift. I have a PDF I put together called my top 3 eating psychology tips to lose weight while still eating what you love. Guys, a scale is there as a guide. It's not there as a daily thing telling you if you're good enough or not. So I would really recommend, everybody's going to be different in this area, but I don't think I would recommend weighing yourself more than once a week. I honestly couldn't tell you the last time I weighed myself because I just try to be healthy and try to work on my happiness, and I don't really care what I weigh. So that's what I got for you guys today. I hope this was helpful. Go ahead and subscribe if you're finding me on YouTube. If you're on Facebook, I always appreciate any kind of a like or a comment. And I'm real, I'm raw. I want to know what you think about this topic. Do you think I'm crazy? Do you think you have to weigh yourself every day or you're not going to be able to track your progress? Let me know. I want to know what you think. But I also want to encourage you to not let that scale control you. That's where we got the issue. Okay, that's it, guys. Thanks so much for jumping on. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.